Hi, good evening, everybody. Here we are again from Velvet Photo Month with our Velvet Photo Month talking with after a while. And I want to start saying giving the thanks to the Yugoslavenska Kinoteca who invite us to be here in this fantastic space for this talk, better background than my home. And of course, I want to give special thanks to Olatz for accepting the invitation and for being here tonight with us. I will say that, Olatz is a journalist. She studied journalism and reporting for the TV. She was born in '94 in Bilbao, and she's working in Spain. She started her career in 2012, and she started to work on 2015 for different, let's say, TV producers. She will say better than me because she knows better than me, of course. In 2016, she started to work hard for the photography, and she worked from the beginning with her body. Thanks, no, but for this reason, I will say that the photos that she will show tonight, they are pre-censored by her, because I know that if not, probably this conversation online, it will end before we won. Then if somebody wants to see her work without censoring, you can go to her website. It's announced everybody. If I am right, it's olatzvazquez.com. And what else? Yes, I say that in 2016, she started with the photography properly. And it was now on March 2020, just before the COVID started to fuck up everything in Spain. She was part of the first two exhibitions with her previous work, of course. But a little bit before that starts something that changed her life, something that happens to her, something that the doctors, they delay because she's too young, and she's really young, my God. and that the COVID always fucking everything. But okay, now she's here with us. She will present us the new project that she's working on. It's an ongoing project, but I hope that will be ongoing until very soon. We hope that we'll bring her to Belgrade for the next year. Is my compromise and Belgrade Photo Month team compromise. And just for finishing the introduction, to say that, like always, everybody's invited to leave any question through the Facebook page, because we are following. And if somebody wants to make a question, to make any comment, to say something to Olatz, I will be your voice for her. Then now let me introduce Olatz. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
It's our pleasure. How are you?
My background is not as cool as yours. My background
Oh
is
my God, my God. Your one is from Euskadi, my one from Catalonia. We are not, like I told you, we don't have so many people from Oxford listening these talks for the moment. Tell me, how are you? Because you are now in Bilbao?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we say that you were working, means before COVID and before all this situation, you were mainly in Madrid.
Yes.
Now you are in Bilbao,
Yes.
sometimes in Barcelona, now you're in Bilbao. How is the situation there regarding the COVID?
Wow, it's very hard. We are like in. It's a very difficult situation here now in Spain. We have a lot of restrictions, and we are going to go to a confinement again, to our house again,
Okay.
because the situation is very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we start this conversation when we were all of us boring at home, closed at home, because we had these curfews. I hope that we don't have anymore. I know that in Spain, I think that you have from 9 to 6 a.m. Well, depending the area. In Catalonia, it's from 9 to 6.
Depending the area. Here in Euskadi, in the Basque Country, we have to be at home since 12 p.m. until 6 a.m. So okay. It's not very, yeah.
Like somebody say, when you are old, it's not affecting too much, like in my case. But okay, in Belgrade we are fine. Well, we are not fine, but we don't have curfew, we don't have lockdown. But okay, then tell us a bit more. I told you well. I mean, I mentioned well. You were working in these TV, let's say, producers.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I say something wrong or different that you say to me, and it's very important. when we talked before, I say that you start with photography seriously in 2016, but this is not the correct word. Say that you start in 2016 to paint with photography. That is a difference.
Yeah, yeah, because photography has been always in my life, just like a hobby. But then in 2016, I started like doing more professional photography. Yeah.
Why this thing became from like a hobby to something that you start to push and to be more professional? That next step was to have to be part of 2 exhibitions. How was this?
Well, I've been always very interested in art. I study arts in the institute, but then I leave it and I start studying journalism. But photography has always come with me around my life. I start being a model. I modeled for very professional photographers here in Spain, like Masao or Carmen H, or a lot of photographers. And so in that moment, I noticed that photography can be painted, because I thought that photography was only like I don't know how to say, like something
like a divertimento, like a divertimento, let's say, like a
yes,
for fun.
Yeah, not like not an artistic like I don't know how to explain. Not like an artistic way to express myself.
Like art discipline, let's say.
Yeah, that's. So then when I start modeling with photographers and I saw their work, I thought that was very cool and very easy to paint with photography and with light. So I start like doing photography. I start with myself doing self-portraits because I was very embarrassed to ask somebody to pose for me, and then I do a lot of things like study Photoshop, and yeah, until now.
Okay, until now and for the future. Then, how was you had for the first time these two group exhibitions now in March?
Yeah.
Was in Bilbao, Madrid? Where it was?
In Madrid.
In Madrid.
One was in Madrid and the other one was in Barcelona. Yeah.
Okay, and I think that because it's nice to talk, but the people will want to see your work. Also, they will see in your Instagram, also censor it, or in your website. But can you show us? Means, let's say, some words from this every time, and you can show us anytime. You can say, oh, this one was in this exhibition, or if it's the case. Of course.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, feel free to share.
Try. So I think, yeah, some of this photograph, this one was in the exhibition because I will see it.
Yes. Yeah, but we see only all the little photos, the slides, the small slides. We didn't. You have to share the big one. You have to open and share the big. You have to stop.
Okay. A ver.
First, stop to share this screen.
Sorry. Yeah.
And then you share again, and then you can choose the photo, I think.
Okay. A ver. Sorry, I'm new with this.
Don't worry. We are all new.
Is this okay?
Yes, perfect. Perfect like this, yes.
Okay. So this was one of the photography that was exposed there in Madrid. Because I start like doing more like conceptual photography. This it's not well, I start like experimenting myself with other things like with Photoshop and fire and these kind of things. So this work is very different to the work that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Maybe people like will get confused, like, oh my God, this is so different, but it's because they were made in different moments, so that's why.
Of course.
Yeah, and
but
then
you know,
I have.
But means at the end, we like I used to do. I think that I am always self-portraiting myself. That is redundant, but means you can self-portrait just with your hand and an object on fire.
Yeah.
For example, of course, the topic is
this.
Okay.
Yeah, this was another one. For example, They are very conceptual.
Wait, we still see the same.
Oh, sorry.
I think that if they open one after the other, you can, and if not, you will have to close and open.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So this one's now, yeah. This was another one that was exposed in Madrid. Yeah, and I don't know if I have more here. I'll find. Sorry. This was another one, for example. They were.
Wait, you're sharing again the big one. Don't worry.
This one.
Okay.
This was another. Yeah, they were. Every picture were made of my parts of my body. That was like the
topic.
The idea.
Say. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it was a collective exposition, so I only shared like exposed like 3 or 4 pictures. But yeah, some of them are this.
Okay.
They are very different to the one that I did.
Yes, can you keep showing us the other work that you did in this beginning?
Yeah, sure. If I know how to serve it.
I think probably if you open the first, then you can go one by one, you know?
Yeah, I'll try. A ver. Let's try to do this.
Well, for the moment, you are sharing all the folder. Well, meantime, you are looking for the photos. We will remind the people that who can make questions whenever they want. And well, yes, that's you now.
No, it's not me. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the kind of photography that I made like some years ago. And I liked so much to do portraits, and it's something that I really miss now because with my situation, I can't meet people to do portraits. But yeah, this was another one that was in another exposition, in the Barcelona exposition. This was another picture, yeah.
But
so
obviously it has more connection with the work that you're doing after. Yeah.
Yes.
Oops.
Are you seeing the pictures?
Yes.
No. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, now I know how to do it. Okay, perfect. So these were the kind of pictures that I made some years ago.
Okay.
And they are very different to the work that I do now. Yeah.
Well, they're different, but you can see, you know, it means don't go so fast. It means we can see it's not you. Yes. Of course, this is a landscape, is different. But when we talk about the portraits, we see that at the end is, you know, it means you feel like I say when I wrote the text, the introduction for the exhibition, that your work has a bit of Edward Weston with this sensuality of these peppers. I don't know, pimientos in Spanish, peppers, I think, or paprikas. Or the flowers by Robert Mapplethorpe, or the simplicity of Masao Yamamoto or Noel Oszvald. But then in all these things that we can see in this photo, because we can see it in this photo, then it came when everything changed, everything breaks, and then I compared with Lene Marie Fossen from Norway, who is crazy work, but crazy work, crazy situation. But you feel in this photo, you feel what we see in your self-portraits, you know, that you keep doing. You can go on, please, if you want.
I have a lot of pictures here of my start.
Okay.
So yeah,
You are jumping, or you are because you're going very fast.
Yeah, I'm looking for one.
Okay.
One. If I find it, yeah, these ones, for example, these were made in the lockdown, during the lockdown, and it's so inspiring for me because at that moment, my health wasn't good, but I didn't know what was happening to me. So I tried to like do how to say, like a scratch here in my body to represent that something was wrong, but I didn't know what was it. Yeah.
Wow.
This was one of my, these were made during the lockdown, and it was like very different to the work that I used to do, because my 99% of the work it's in black and white. And during the lockdown, I did a lot of pictures in color. I don't know why, but I can't explain the.
You know, these colors, this photo, for example, it's not black and white, but it's monochrome. It's almost monochrome.
Yeah. Yes.
And this color, it gives also something nice.
Yeah. Yes. So I have a lot of like this kind of pictures. But then when you, I feel that people, because I will show now my project, my cancer project, I feel that people are like really shocked about my change of how I start doing this last project, like how it's kind of photojournalism, you know?
Yes. Well, it's documentary. You're documenting. It's like your diary. You're documenting your life from the day.
Yeah. Yes.
But for me, because I discovered your work through the project, the main project that you are working, and part is done and is going on. I discovered with this project, then of course I went to see what you did before, and you see, let's say, evolution or change, because of course suddenly it means the situation is so different that you adapt, let's say, the project to the new situation for all the reasons, but you see the evolution of the work. You know, for me, it means it's not surprising in the evolution of the photos of what you see. Of course, there is something that happens that it doesn't need to happen, that is shocking, obviously, no? And of course, then the work, it took another dimension, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you know, with the work. Okay.
Yes. Would you like to see my project Cancer? I think that it's a good moment.
Yes. Then, well, let's say that it means on that time when you show, if you go to the photo that you show with the scratches, you can go back there.
Yes, sure.
Okay. In that moment, let's say, to put everything in chronology, and the people from Serbia, people from Spain probably they know, because when I talk about you, my mom, my family know about you. And your case, yes. And I want to ask, on that time you don't feel well, but you didn't know nothing.
Yeah, I started feeling bad like 1.5 years before. I started like having huge stomach aches, and I went to the doctor a lot of times, not 1 or 2 times, like 20 times in Madrid and in the Basque Country, and they didn't know what was happening to me, because they told me that I was young, and that it would be like a stress or something like that. And when we started lockdown, I started feeling very, very, very bad, like very exhausted. I couldn't went to my job, for example, or being there 8 hours. I couldn't. I was so exhausted every day. So I moved to the Basque Country to find what was happening to me. At that moment, it was when I did this kind of pictures. It was like
March this
yes, year. More or less, March, April, because of the COVID, they how can I say, all the examinations that the doctors were going to make me in February and March, they delay to June.
They delay.
They delay to June, because they told me that I was okay, and it wasn't I don't know, like I was okay.
Yeah.
And then when they did the examinations, they saw that I had a cancer in my stomach, and it is a disease that has been 1.5 years in my body without knowing it. So it's in a really, how can I say, like a high level of disease.
Yeah.
So I start a treatment, and now I'm finishing that treatment and looking forward to what was
results and go back if you need to. Okay, and now you're going to Barcelona for this reason, no? For this.
Yes. Yes.
I will say, yeah. I will say that we tried to meet 2 weeks ago when it was Barcelona Panoramic Festival. That is our partner in the festivals, one of our partners. We didn't meet at the end because for a matter of time it was impossible. Also, it was a scare regarding the COVID and these things because it means you're a person in a bit risk more than me. And but okay, yes. But I want to say something because this year, this Panoramic Festival, who is leading Joan Fontcubert and the people from Grisart and blah, 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 is a great festival. And this year, the topic of the festival was extimitat. That is about how we show our intimacy. You know, these things that they are so ours, and today we're exposing, you know, and of course, it means that could be a perfect project for this festival.
Yeah.
But then okay, and then now you're doing treatment in Barcelona, going back to Euskadi, and now you're in Bilbao.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see that I told you that for me you looks great with this very short hair. I love it. I love it so much. We can.
It's growing because I've been bald, of course, because of the treatment. I've been bald, but now it's growing a little bit.
And we can. How long was your hair when you had the shooting in March in this photo?
Yeah, I had a long hair. Yeah, I miss it. I miss it so much. My hair, to be honest.
But sure
because
that not.
People...
But sure that not in the shower.
Not in the shower. No. Not in the shower. Now I get prepared like quickly. Yeah. But yeah, I miss my hair. I think that people don't give the importance that has the hair in this kind of situations, but it's not only hair, it's your image that has changed.
Of course.
And when you look at the mirror, you are remembering every time that you are ill and that you have cancer. So it's very hard. It's not only hair, it's just the image and what it represents.
It is somehow the symbolism of what is going on.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, when every day when you look in the mirror and you see your head with no hair for the moment, and you think this, okay, you are seeing you in the mirror, you're fine. You know, you are in the mirror.
Yeah. Yes. And I like my look. I mean, I'm not uncomfortable with it. I think that it looks good on me, but it doesn't represent me. Yeah. Like it's not my style, to be honest.
Well, the life with the long hair. Yeah. Okay, can you show us? And then you start this project that the title is obvious, cancer.
Yes.
You need to say so many things.
Yes.
And then this is an ongoing project. It is still ongoing, but you have a big work done until today.
Yes.
Now we see the little photos.
Yes, I'm like putting them. Okay.
Okay.
Just a minute, please.
Let me say something meantime.
Yes.
I invite everybody to follow the page of Olatz, because first you can see the photos without censoring, and for the people that fortunately, because it's always good, speak Spanish, you can read the sentences that are there, that they are just, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's breaking your soul in 3 pieces. But yes, it means okay. We see still all.
Oh my God! Why? I can't. I don't understand why. Now?
Now, yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. So this was when they told me that I have cancer. I didn't know how to. Oh my God! Why is this going?
Yeah,
sorry. Sorry. So when they told me that I have cancer, well, it was obviously a really bad moment. Very hard. Very hard. People, I think that people that haven't lived that, they can't imagine what that's supposed to you when they tell you, okay, you have cancer, because all your life changes everything. I stopped going to work. I stopped meeting my friends. I started treatment. My body changed completely. My life changed completely, no? But one of the things that I didn't want to change was to keep on going with the photography. But I didn't know how to represent the cancer in photography, because I didn't want to give an image of a very happiness moment, because it doesn't represent me. There are a lot of people in the social media that they share their illness and they share the positive things, and they always share pictures smiling, and they didn't represent me, because I was living a very difficult situation. So I decided to share my illness as I see it, as I understand it, and as I live it. So that's why I started doing self-portraits, mostly every day, or every day that my body allows me to do self-portraits, because sometimes I'm in the sofa sleeping every day. But I decided to share with the world what cancer was for me, because I think that it was very important to talk about this disease that affects so many people. And just because in my family, well, cancer was a word that it wasn't in my dictionary, because in my family, fortunately, there haven't been any person with cancer. No one has cancer around me. So it was so unknown for me, this disease. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what cancer was. I didn't know what the treatment was. I heard something, but I didn't have no one near, close to me that has lived a cancer. So everything was new for me. And I think that it was important to share with the world what cancer was for me. Well, so this was the first.
I will say that I will say that there are some places that in Serbia, I think, some parts, and in Spain before, that depending which illness you have, the people don't talk about. You know, it's like it's like if you did something wrong, or not because you did something wrong, because God is paying you for something, you know. And I know, and then,
it's like a taboo.
Yes,
sometimes
absolutely.
Cancer here in
Olatz,
in my.
Olatz, let me Olatz, there is probably a little bit a small problem with the connection of internet, because sometimes you're frozen every X seconds. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know why.
It's not all the time, but it passed now in the last minutes. We can.
Okay.
Okay. And
okay.
Okay. And then of course you start to show the cancer. You show the portrait of the cancer.
Yeah, this was the first self-portrait that I took, and I made it like public. I share it in my social media saying, okay, I have cancer and I want to keep on going through the photography, because I thought that it was so stupid to cover it, because it was going to be something that it was going to be obvious on me, on my image, because the hair was going to fall, my body was going to change. So I thought that it was stupid to cover it, and I explained to my followers and to people that follow my work that I was ill, that I had a cancer, and that obviously my photography was going to change, because I wanted to share with everybody what cancer was for me. So this was the first self-portrait that I took, and it was like 2 weeks after they told me that I had cancer, because I spent those 2 weeks thinking about how I was going to share with the people this illness, because I was very worried about how I was going to share it. because it's very hard. I mean, it's like the images are very, very hard. Well, my image are, it's hard, you know, like to see a woman without hair, a very, that has lost a lot of weight, that she's very thin. It's hard, yeah.
Well, and you had at first to process yourself anew, to process all that you are suffering, because now suddenly you have a label to what you felt. That is not a good news.
Yeah.
And you took the decision, and what a fuck decision, to go on and to show. I mean, like you say, everybody will see it, the people that knows you, but okay, you share the face of the real cancer, at least the real cancer that you are living.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I decided to do it.
Like the album of Andrés Calamaro, Honestidad Brutal.
Honestidad Brutal.
Brutal
yeah.
honesty. Okay, you can keep sharing us the photos.
Yes. This is how they put me the treatment, because I have, well, this in English, I have no idea how to say it. I have been looking for the word, but I can't find the word how you say. But I have here, yes. Like it in Spanish it's called reservorio. I don't know how to say, and they put the treatment here. It means
let's say you have one open connection, they just connect you and they make the treatment. They don't need to punch you every time, let's say.
Yes, more or less. Yeah.
Matrix. So, this is Matrix.
Yes, like I'm like a robot. Okay. I feel like a cyborg. Yeah. And so these two pictures, this is censored, of course. as you have comment. Share how the treatment, how they put on me the treatment. My treatment, it's like 6 days, and then I have 2 weeks of rest. I rest 2 weeks, and then again 6 days having the treatment at home. So yeah, this was my first treatment, and I wanted to like take pictures of it. Yeah, the first time that they put me on.
Sorry, because of course people had cancer in my family, yes, but I didn't leave it so direct like in your case. Sorry for the stupid question, but let's say this man that is there is what is giving you the treatment.
Yeah, it's like a small machine.
Yeah.
That gives me the treatment during 5 days. And I spent 1 day at the hospital. Yes. I spent 1 day at the hospital because they put me one kind of treatment, and then during the following 5 days they put me another treatment. There are two treatments. I don't know.
Okay.
These are medical things that I.
No, of course.
I don't know.
Of course.
But yeah, I have like 2 kind of treatments.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have this one during the following 5 days.
We see that you still have the hair.
Yes, because the hair starts falling. It starts falling. It starts falling after 15 days since my first treatment. Okay. Yeah, but they told me that it wasn't going to fall. Okay. This is curious. Yeah, they told me that with this treatment, I will like feel that I was going to lose a little bit more than a normal situation, but not everything. And I start losing everything. I'm like an exception because because not with all chemotherapy lose your hair. Okay. There are different kind of second effects, but yeah, in my case, I lose it. Not all, but I lose like more of the 75% of my hair. Yeah. In 3-4 days. Yeah, okay. It was very hard. So, and this is the moment that I decide to cut my hair, because I was like during 3 days I saw how my hair was falling, and it was very hard for me. As you can see, I had like bald areas. Yeah. And so it was like very hard for me to see how the hair started falling, falling, and it didn't stop. They told me that I was not going to lose all the hair, but it didn't stop during 4 or 5 days. So one day I decided to cut it.
Yeah,
because it was so hard for me.
It's like a little, I mean, like a reminder, daily reminder that the things are how they are.
Yeah. Yes. So this day I remember that I told my boyfriend, okay, I'm going to cut my hair, and I need your help. I need you to take pictures of the process, because I can't cut my hair and take pictures. Yeah. So it was like my tripod. So I told him how to take the pictures, but these pictures are made by my boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay. This is like a sequence yeah. of how I was cutting my hair, and how, I don't know, that moment, it was so hard, but also very satisfying, because I always wanted to cut my hair, like take the hair and do. So it was like very wow, a moment of very excited,
liberating somehow.
Yes. But also it was hard to see how I was losing my hair. It took me like 2 hours to cut my hair.
And it looked like, my God, I am putting my hair out. It has to be fast.
You know? Yes, no. It wasn't fast. It wasn't fast. We took a lot of time. Also because we were taking pictures, and my boyfriend also helped me to cut my hair, and yeah, this was a very hard moment, but also very, I don't know, I feel like happy at that moment.
Let me ask, it was a bit like if you are cutting the cancer, or that you are putting out the cancer somehow, because it was what you saw, you know?
Yeah, more or less. Because I was like finishing with a situation that was making me so many pain.
Yeah.
Because, for example, when I went to the bed and then I got up in the morning, my pillow was full of hair, for example. And when I went to the shower and I washed my hair, I lost lot of hair. It was so stressful for me. It was very hard. And when my boyfriend like touched my hair, that he ends with a lot of hair. I don't know, it was very frustrating. But also because they told me that I was not going to lose my hair. So
yeah, of course.
But maybe it was also because I was very stressed, and the new situation was very difficult for me, and to lose the hair was also like a kind of effect of that. But yeah.
Well, we have to remind that everything, it happens in the context of the COVID, that the COVID comparing this is a real shit. I mean, it's nothing. Yeah. But in the context, it makes difficult, because you were close at home, because we know, every one of us, the last thing that we wanted to do, it was to go to a hospital. Curfew lockdown at that time. I suppose that it means all Spain was in lockdown. It means, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes. To live cancer during a pandemic, it's very hard, to be honest. Yeah. Very hard. Very hard. So these are the pictures of my
beauty session.
Yes.
Sorry to make jokes. Sorry to make jokes, or to make it. Means I know how you are, because we told before. I mean, I don't take it that I am taking the situation like simple, but let's try. Means I do with good intention. Okay.
Yes, of course. And these were the first self-portraits that I took after saved my hair, because I was like very shocked with my new image, with my new body. When I looked at the mirror, I didn't like recognize myself, and so I decided to take some self-portraits to accept my new image and to recognize on me. So these are the first self-portraits that I took without my beautiful hair. And I remember
and with the bonding here.
Yes, and with this, yes. And I remember when I was editing this kind of these pictures, I told my boyfriend, "Wow, I like this woman because I like it and I like the picture and I like her image, but I feel that it's not me." Yep. Like I couldn't recognize on that pictures. It was very hard for me to start recognizing me in my self-portraits, because my image and my body changed a lot, yeah. a lot in just a second. Yes. So these are made after, I think that it was like 3 days before I shaved my hair or something like that. Yeah. Wow, now I see these pictures and I say, oh my God, this is me.
But I will tell you, for me, they are impressively beautiful.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I like them. And I thought, wow, if I would have seen this woman in the street, I would ask to take picture to her, you know. Yeah. But the thing was that this wasn't me.
Yeah, of course.
And this is not still me, because my style is very different to this kind of.
Well, you know, the COVID period is like a pause for everybody, for you too.
Yeah.
The COVID, everything is
Yes.
Just of time.
Yes. So these are other pictures and self-portraits that I took in an old house, and this is in color. There are not many in color, to be honest, but this I like how it looks with the color, with the blue, yes. And my favorite dress. And yeah, this was a moment that with the treatment, you can't sunbathe. You can't receive the sunlight.
Okay, I understand.
You have to be very careful. Yeah. So I wanted to represent that moment, because I start living the cancer during the summer. So it was very hard for me not to go to the beach, try to cover all my body. So this, I only go outside when the sun went down. So these kind of pictures try to represent that moment of like there's sun and there's a good day out there, but I can't go because of my situation.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry for a while. I put my audio out because we're in the Kinoteca, but suddenly now they put music. I don't know if you listen.
No, like I can't listen.
Okay, then perfect. Because it's like if I am in a church somehow.
No, I'm not listening to it.
Okay. Then okay. This, of course, in the same house.
Yes. These two are made in the same house. Yeah, it's an old house of my boyfriend in Burgos, in Spain, and we went there 3 days. And I spent most of the day at home because it was very sunny outside and I couldn't go out. And so I spent there the 3 days like coloring myself. And it's very frustrating, this kind of moments, because it's like, my God, I want to go out and I want to be with my boyfriend and I want to have a walk, and I can't. I have to stay. I have to wait until 7 p.m. or until the evening to go outside. Yeah, so summer has been very difficult for me also. Yes.
You had all that you can have, my God.
And this is one of my favorite self-portraits that I've made during this project, because this was the first self-portrait where I recognize myself, where I see this picture and I say, okay, this is me. Yeah, absolutely. So I really like this picture. I share it in Instagram and Instagram deleted. And I was like, why do you have deleted? But
sorry, they deleted, censored already? You censored before?
Yes, yes, but they deleted, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's fantastic, yes. Also the shadow, the shadow, it's shouting.
Yes, yes, it's yes. I love this picture. Yes, without the sense, the square, the black square, it's more beautiful.
We invite again everybody to go to the website of Olatz, to olatzvázquez.com, no?
Yes, olatzvázquez.com.
Vázquez with V like Venice. Okay.
Yes. So this, and then I started doing self-portrait in my new house because my boyfriend and I moved to a new house, and I spent like a lot of days looking for home areas to do self-portraits, looking for the light, for what hours are best to do the self-portraits in my new house. So these are one of those that I made here. And this was this self-portrait was very criticized. Yeah, you say criticized? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Like, people told me that I was like representing the cancer in a really negative like mood.
Okay.
And I thought, yeah.
And how to do it? It means we will do a party. It means we will.
Yeah, that's the thing that I thought. I mean, what can you get positive of living a cancer? I can't find anything positive. Sorry, it's my point of view. But there are a lot of people that find positive things on cancer, but I can't find a positive thing. So my pictures represent that negative thing of the cancer, obviously, because I think that living a cancer is a shit.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it means any day you will share the good thing of the cancer. That is when the cancer finish. You know.
That's the thing. But in this moment, the only thing that I think that I can say that it's positive for me of living this illness. It's that maybe this sounds really like weird, but cancer inspires me for my photography.
Yeah.
Because it's a new situation, it's a new life, new feelings, everything is new.
Yeah.
So that's why it inspires me. That's the only positive thing that I can say about cancer. That's all.
Yeah.
The other thing is shit.
Of course. No, I mean, we know. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's true. It's true that there are different points to live the things, or more than to live, to show up. Let's say that's all. Everyone is free, but it's strange to criticize because, of course. Okay.
Yeah. So this is another picture when I saw my. I don't know how to say. Yeah, that's the thing that I have here.
Your USB port.
Yes. Yes, and this picture I made it to represent how I live a cancer during a pandemic. Yeah. Because it's very hard. I mean, as you can imagine, when I told the people that I love, my family, my friends, that I had a cancer, everyone wanted to come to my home and give me hugs and give me their support. And I had to tell them, no, you can't come to my house now because it's very risk, and I can't afford this risk now. I can't.
Yeah, of course. You are. I mean, you are super vulnerable, of course.
Yes, I am. Yeah, and also because if I had the COVID, the treatment will stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Because so it's very hard for me to meet people, and because I have to be very careful, very, very careful. So this self-portrait, I wanted to represent that because I'm alone. When I meet for example, my family, because I still see my family because I want to be with them, I always I'm in an apart area, like
social distance by two.
Yes. Even at home, I mean, even having lunch, even everything, I'm like in another position. It's very hard for me because I didn't receive so many hugs that they want to give me. And
of course. I mean, I'm sure that everybody who is watching and is watching during this evening, this your talk, they want to hug you. You know, it's normal. Yeah. Also, if they no, I can imagine for you, but also for your family. I can imagine your mom, how she would like to can give you one of these hugs that is breaking your bones. You know.
Yeah, it's it's hard. It's hard to live a cancer during a pandemic. Yeah, very hard, very hard. There are a lot of factors. I mean, there are a lot of reasons to say that it's hard, but one of the most important one is that I can't be with the people that I want to be.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So this self-portrait tried to like represent that moment. Yeah. And this is another one that I want to show how my body has changed, because I lost, well, I didn't lose so many kilograms. I lost just 8 kilos, but I've always been very thin. I mean, I've always been 50 kilos. So for me, it's like very, very hard to see my body like this, because it represents the disease, and it represents the treatment, and it represents the cancer. Now my body, because it's very, very thin, very, it's a ill body.
And so, it's also here, I suppose. It means you know, and means you have a different perception, of course.
Also. Yes, and people have also other perception of myself and my body. I've always taken self-portraits, nude self-portraits. I've always experimented with my body, and I didn't have any problem to show my body. But now it's very difficult to show it, because a lot of people see the pictures and told me, "Oh, you are really thin. You have to, you have to eat more." They think that I have like another problem, another kind of problems, no? With the
anorexia
like,
or whatever.
Yes, and it's like, no, come on, read my biography or read my pictures or something. I'm ill. That's why my body is like that. I mean, I don't like my body like that. I would like to have my 8 kilos again, but I can't. In this moment, I can't. I can't. And this is a kind of series that I've made, like a chronology, a cry chronology, like how I was crying, and I wanted to take self-portrait of that moment, because this moment was very, very hard for me. My psychology told me that as I have lived the cancer, like with a lot of changes, I moved my home, I moved of the hospital, a lot of things. She told me, when you stop, when your life get calm, you will cry a lot. And I was like, no, I'm okay. But it happened. When everything established, like everything went calm, and I started treatment and everything was calm, I start like thinking about what was going on my life. I start like accepting that I was ill, that this was going to take a long, long time, and like everything went to me like, wow, I don't know, like a wave of the sea, like, wow. This moment was very hard for me, and I wanted to represent it in this kind of self-portraits, like represent that moment where I accept my new situation and told myself, okay, you are ill, you have cancer, you would have never thought that you would be so ill, but you are, and you have to live with this new situation. So I cried a lot. I spent like 3 days crying a lot.
And then you lose half kilo more. You lose half kilo more of water.
Of water, yes. Everything went. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. It was very hard, but I love these self-portraits. I mean, I changed my way to self-portraits, to take pictures of me, because now I'm not looking for beauty. I'm looking for, I don't know, like feelings.
Yeah.
Because I see this portrait and I see, for example, my hair that starts growing, that I'm like Gollum here, you know. So I look horrible. I mean, for me, but I love them because it was very a very hard moment for me, and I wanted to
Very
save
challenging.
it.
Let's say in a photographic way, very challenging.
Yeah. Now I have more hair.
Yes. And a lovely smile. And a lovely smile.
Yes. And this is I bought 2 weeks to have again my long hair. And also they criticize me. Like, why are you wearing wig? You have to accept your illness. And it's like, oh, come on, I'm cold.
Stop to fuck me, please.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, to be bald, you feel the cold and the wind like in a very, I don't know, time. It was horrible. And I live in the north of Spain. It's cold here, so I used to go outside without anything, and then with how to say, like turbantes,
like a scarf, like a scarf.
Yeah. Yes, like a scarf, but it was so cold. So I bought 2 weeks and I started wearing them, and I was like, oh my God, I like it.
You know, in
like
my home, always it goes a week from my mom, because I suppose that in the 70s was more usual, and my sister and me played God. It was kind of crazy, Carl. I mean,
I absolutely love wigs. I love them because when I went outside with the scarves and without anything, everyone looked. I feel like everyone was looking at me, like, oh, poor girl, like so young and with a cancer, you know, like this kind of situation that you went outside and everybody was looking at you, and also because I appear in a lot of newspapers and in the TV and everything, so it was very hard for me to go outside to take a coffee, and everyone was looking at me or talking to me. So I bought the wig. I went outside with my wig, and no one looked at me. Like I was again a normal person, you know.
yes.
So it's more than a wig. It's to feel that you are again normal. Yeah.
But are you wearing them? Yes, you more or less wear.
At home, no.
Yeah.
But when I went outside, yeah. Now I wear it every day. Yeah.
Because I saw any photo of you with a wig, and I like more you without, but.
Yes.
Yes. Honestly, yes.
Everybody told me the same, but it's very cold here.
Of course.
When my hair starts growing more, I will go outside with the short hair, but now it's very thin, and I feel a lot the wind, and yeah.
I will tell you, if you are lucky to go out, because if they close like it looked like.
Yeah, if they lock down again, but I will go outside when my hair is like this.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, these ones I want to like share my new image with the wigs. I don't feel embarrassed to say I'm wearing a wig. It's for me, it's like something normal. But people are like, they surprised when I say openly, yeah, I'm wearing a wig. Do you like it? And they were like, oh my God, why are you telling that? Because it's like an accessory. For me, it's like wearing glasses. I mean, yeah. Just to feel me more comfortable with myself, with my image, and also to keep warm my head. So this kind of self-portrait, like, I wanted to show that I was wearing a wig. But then also I take self-portrait without the wig. It depends on the day and depends how I feel. Yeah. This picture took me a lot of problems, because last Monday it was the breast cancer day.
Yeah. I remember.
And a lot of people share this picture with the
with
as I was living the breast cancer. Yeah, and I was like, come on, no, it's not my day. So, please don't share my pictures today because I'm not suffering a breast cancer, and my cancer is very different to a breast cancer, very different. So please don't share my pictures. And yeah, it was very hard for me because I was feeling that they were using my image for a disease that I wasn't living it. And there are a lot of women and also men that have breast cancer, and they share their lives in social media. So I was like, come on, share their pictures, not mine.
Yeah.
Please. So it was like very hard for me. Yeah. And also associations like institutions. Yeah, and I had like a lot of problems with that. I was like,
well, you know, your work has been quite popular there in the recent times, and you don't see often so honest works all the time. And from Spain, for example, and you know, it means, and you're a woman also.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Yeah.
It means
Yes,
it's obvious that you
yes.
don't have the mamo whatever when you remove the breast,
Yeah.
is different, and they can use one of the photos. But I can understand that somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, I feel okay to share my work, but not that day.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
not with that message, because it's not my message. And I've always talk about my disease, and I've always said my cancer, it's a stomach cancer. I mean, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Even also how people see breast cancer and how people see stomach cancer has also different views, point of views. It's very different. So it was like, come on, guys, don't share my picture today, please. It's not my day. It's not my day. So yeah, this kind of pictures, these self-portraits are very different to the kind of self-portrait that I usually took. And it's because I tried to take self-portrait as a diary and not as something aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the first pictures that I saw of the exhibitions are like more aesthetic, and these ones are like more like for journalism or diary.
Yes,
I don't look.
but for me, sometimes they keep the same essence at the end.
Yes, the essence is the same, but I don't like think a lot of the picture. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, that has changed on me. I assume that. And this one was the other day that I went outside. The first time that I went outside to take self-portraits, and it was also like very cool. But I have to go again because I just took 40 pictures. It was like because there were a lot of waves, and I couldn't do my work as I wanted. But I have to go because I want to take more self-portraits outside because I'm bored of my house.
You're gonna change the house every 2 weeks. Of course.
And this one was, yes, I need to change my house every 2 weeks. And these ones were taken yesterday with my boyfriend. I haven't shared them. This is like an exclusive.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, my boyfriend, I know it's okay. My boyfriend is a part of my life now, and it's very important for me, very important. So I wanted also to take pictures, both of them together, because it's a very important person. Well, it has been always a very important person, but in this kind of moments and these kind of situations, people that are close to you like get more importance. And my boyfriend now, it's like he supports me so much on everything. So yesterday I told him, do you want to take some self-portraits? And he was like, okay.
If I don't see myself, but of course, he is your connection with the world, let's say. He is the person that you can hug every day.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and I suppose,
Yes.
I mean, today we are talking about how hard it is for you, but I suppose that for him it's also not easy, of course, different, but.
It's, yeah, it has been very hard for him also, very, very, very hard. So I want to take more pictures with him, but he doesn't like very much photography. So I have to like, come on, please, please. And he's very good as a model. I mean, he's very handsome and I don't know. Well, he's my boyfriend. What can I say? But but I mean that he's good at photography,
in the photos, yes.
as a model. And yeah, so these pictures are very special for me. And this one was taken this morning because, as I told before, I take self-portraits just, well, mostly every day. So I want to make this kind of game, like with wig and the same picture without the wig, like to show people that I'm the same person with wig and without the wig. So this is what I made this morning before our talk.
Wow.
And this is the last picture that I've taken about of this project.
Okay, for the moment.
For the moment, yeah, for the moment, because I still take pictures every day. Yeah.
Nice.
This is just a very little piece of my project because I have a lot of pictures, obviously. Yeah, because every day I take like 150 pictures, more or less, of self-portraits. So I have a lot of pictures, but these are like my favorite ones.
Well done. I will say congratulations for the work. For the rest, you know, you can stop to share the screen now, and we'll see you.
Yes.
Then, of course, for the short future, shooting, and after to show it, like not like today, let's say. Like I say, I hope that we'll have you here in Belgrade on May next year. With or without wig, with or without wig, whatever you prefer.
Yes.
And you have any? I asked you before. Any idea to do things with this project? It means I mentioned the option of the book, something.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I want to do something, maybe an exhibition, a long exhibition with all the pictures, or maybe a photo book. But as I told you, this disease is going to be with me a long time. So I can't find like the moments to say, okay, now I can stop the project and do the photo book. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that moment is going to arrive, maybe next month or next year, I don't know. But I think that it's something that I have to feel it, like, okay, now that I have this kind of pictures, now I can do something with them. But I can't say exactly when is going to happen that, because this disease, unfortunately, yeah, I will feel it. Yeah, I think that I will feel it, because this disease, unfortunately, is going to be with me a very long time. or maybe all my life, because cancer, it's a disease that most of the people, I used to think that you receive the treatment and then you get okay, and now, and it's not like that. Most of the cases, or most times, most of the time, the disease will appear again during your life, maybe in 1 year or maybe in 10 years. You don't know. But that's why it's like very difficult for me to say, okay, in 1 year I will have a photo book. I don't know, because I don't know what's going.
Means
how I'm going to be in 1 year.
With the cancer, you cannot take so many good things Also, when they are pushing you, you take this part of the photography. With the COVID, we don't have so many good things, but we have some. But one of the bad things that we have for sure is that we cannot do a prevision for nothing because COVID is changing everything. And then we can have like a starting point, but not never ending point. And then, okay, keep working.
We will see.
Keep working. Keep loving your boyfriend and waiting for the hug of the family. I will tell you, we don't have any question from the people who was following the talk, but we have a friend. We have a friend from Zagreb. Her name is Marian, and she wrote, "It takes a tremendous amount of courage to put yourself in front of so many eyes and show your lines." And it's true. I think that Marian is talking in the name of all of us. But you are fucking strong.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, something else that we missed that you want to say? Something?
No, just I'm very happy to be here talking with you, and thank you very much for the opportunity. For like, I don't know. I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, I'm glad.
Sorry because my English, it hasn't been perfect. Okay, sorry for that.
Mine neither.
I tried my best. I promise.
Mine neither, and you cannot imagine how fuck up is the people of Belgrade Photo Month team, because a lot of times I make posts with the wrong English and they have to fix. What to do? We cannot have everything.
No, but I try to explain myself the best way.
I will tell you something. Your photos talk a lot, and I think that everybody understood you. And just to say, everybody, that this conversation is being recorded. If everything goes well, it is being recorded, and we're going to put in the YouTube channel of Belgrade Photo Month. It means it will be there to watch whenever we want, and you to share it, Olatz, or if somebody wants to see whatever, you can show it, of course. Thank you very much for being here. I'm happy to see you happy, to see you without hair, but a little bit growing up.
Yes.
And keep being in contact, and the best from Belgrade.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.